finally will work here. Um, so I'll make sure it's working. Sorry for the delay here. Just trying to see my live stream is working. Trying to play this. Oh, yeah, I think it is working. Let me go to. Mm, and should be able to play my stream here. Let me go to. Yeah. Okay. Looks like it's working. Alright, so going back to CNBC here. So President Trump is set to unveil new tariffs today at Rose Garden event at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's basically right when the market closed. So that's gonna be the trick here. I don't think there's any reason to jump into the market, even if it looks good right now for growth stocks. Um, but even then, I don't think many growth stocks are. I mean, they're trying to recover, but they're still pretty weak to me. Here's Nasdaq chart. Very so Monday was a really bad day. We have a new low, but it has tried to recover since. We are now above Friday's low here. So here's the 10-day moving average slope, which is still pretty steep, right? The 21-day is the pink line. So that would be a better slope here, and you can see it's more of a 45-degree angle. So the 21-day is right there. So still pretty far away. Um, so it takes time, right, for it the market correction to um how do you say it? To correct itself and then shake out all the weak investors. So so that would be right here the highs and the highs here. I think that trend line would be pretty good. It's aligned with the 21-day right now, but yeah. So I think that's a better trend line, especially after this short rally here. So obviously when the market dropped that much so fast, there's always a small bounce, right? Um, in this case, the bounce didn't even recover to the 200-day line. It came close to it, but it never got near it. At least not on Nasdaq. Um, I'm trying to show this trend line here. Doesn't work for me, I don't know why. Yeah, this would be a better slope of a trend line. I like to draw 45-degree angle trend line because they're usually look a lot better in the chart. But for some reason, this is not working right now. Anyhow, um, so that's Nasdaq. Let me go look at. Wait, the intraday chart is pretty strong. It has done it for 3 days now. 1, 2, 3, like 2.5 days, where it start lower but it closed stronger, right? And in the bull uptrend, it tends to do that. And so we're seeing the third day right now doing the same thing. But again, um, to me, this is I'm not saying it's weak, but it just feels suspicious, right? right before the tariff announcement. So I just don't want to get another whack down, like last like Friday, right? Um, and if the tariff news are bad, and we don't know what the how much tariff and so forth, right? I don't know. The rumor is like 20% or something. Um, on all countries, that would be pretty significant. I think personally, I think that's huge. If that is the case, yeah, I do see the market taking another leg down easily because companies and countries and they have to deal with this new tariff. Like, of course, the selling will happen, and then after the news come out, eventually it will recover because then companies can move on, right, and say, okay, what's the new business model? How do they sell? Which products do they still want to sell? That have a profit, but still have good gross margin or profit margin, all that stuff, right? But without knowing those, you can't really do much. You just kind of wait and see approach and go about your normal operations. Unless you're a big company, you can try to do, lots of strategies around it, find new suppliers and so forth to cut your costs. But yeah, anyhow, yeah, this is very steep. This is even steeper, which I'm really shocked. So that just tells me, like again, I talked about this a week ago, how we undercut, the lows here in just, you know, 3 sessions, right? Incredible speed and how fast it dropped. Um, the last time we had something like that, like was here, one, two, three in August. We had this original, then we had this steep drop, and that was the low, right? Now, is this gonna be the low? Possible. Nobody knows. Um, and you look at the next few days after the low, comes up the next day, it fell back down, but it didn't make a new low. And then here it goes back up again, it didn't make a new low, and it just keep not making new lows, and that's by definition an uptrend. So so if we start seeing that, it's possible, right? Like to tomorrow it goes up again, especially after today's tariff news, we could possibly um get an uptrend. Now, IBD's definition is probably not gonna I don't know if they count this as day one or not on Monday, maybe, because it's a reversal, and it was a huge reversal, I believe, like more than 2.5%. So they might count that as day one. Then today is really day three, day two, day three. Um, so tomorrow could be day four, right? So, um, yeah, originally, like, there's really not much to talk about today. Like, just trying to get a sense of what is the market doing right now. The market is waiting for the tariff news. It's trying to set up, right, as we see here. Day four could be tomorrow. If the tariff news come out more lenient than most people think, and than most market expect, maybe it will rally hard. But if it's worse than market expected, or it's actually, no leniency, then I think the market will sell off big time. Especially if it's to all countries, right? That would be even bigger. Um, and it's supposed to be effective immediately, so there's no like, oh, let's see what happened a month later. No, it's gonna at least based on what it says here, it says that the tariffs are gonna go into effect right away. So I'm just trying to see if I can find that again. But anyhow, I know I read it somewhere. So, but yeah, feel free to read this. Anyhow, so with that being said, let's jump to stocks on the move today. Um, I do notice the Nasdaq volume is really high today. I'm not sure why. Then let's just jump to 35% above average. So if we look at the chart, um, this composite index, we won't know the volume, but we can look at QQQ, the ETF, and it doesn't, at least for QQQ, it's not that high, minus 10% right now. So I don't know why that's showing such a high volume. And yesterday was above average too, right here, the volume. So yeah, I'm not sure. So that's actually, to me, that's actually not a good thing because when you have higher volume, you want to see lots of stocks on the move. But today you can see that's not my. Of course, we are more than almost 2 hours in to the market. So usually the volume that does dissipate, but this is pretty low list, right? Even for the volume to dissipate, like there's only 10 something. So cans. Let me just go to my spreadsheet here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do. Okay, let's just say okay, the market is setting up for a follow through day, and we don't know for sure, but I doubt it. But let's just say it is, right? Um, then we want to find the stocks that are holding up the best because a fall today happening, we're going to see lots of stocks move up. The question is which are the possibly the next leaders, right? And that's what we're trying to do. So Keynes has low earnings, so it doesn't fit my criteria. TW, um, so I haven't looked at that yet. So let's take a quick look at TW. Okay, TW. Jump to the chart here. I know this has been doing well. Yes, it is. So strong earnings, strong sales. Look at this. This might be the best looking chart right now. So it broke out right here, and it has been climbing along the 10 days so far. And yeah, it looks really good. I mean, yeah, this is definitely a good stock right now to be on your watch list. In terms of ranking, let me just go check here. The ranking is 43, pretty high. So let me put the ranking here. That's pretty good. Um, so that's one stock that's doing well. Let's go to the next one. MCK, it's pretty good. It's also hitting new highs. It does have one lower quarter of earnings, so it's not on my list. But it's probably, I mean, I'm very strict here, but let's just jump to the chart. Yeah, MCK, just to show. It's one of the wholesale drug supplies company. So it's just missing one little bit. I mean, I could definitely let it go and get into this. Look at this stock. It's broken out and it's been climbing. Very similar to TW. So this is a very nice chart too. And this, not many stocks are kind of having this kind of chart. So the fact that these two stocks have these charts are really good, and you can see the relative strength are just shooting up like really fast. So I mean like yeah, I think I actually add it to my list. 'Cause actually, that's a very good stock. I'm gonna add it. I don't. I'll have to add it. Yeah. Okay, so that's a pretty good one. Okay, so that's another good one, right? But again, you could buy those stocks right now. But again, not many stocks are holding up against the market. Like these are two right now. But what happens, like for example, when you find these stocks right now that are holding up well, even going up, um, versus the market going down. These guys could even take off stronger later once the market right goes up, or they could go down depending on the nature. Because if they're going up because of the defensive nature of these stocks, then yeah, the market will rotate out of these stocks into like stocks that are have been corrected, right? So that's something we have to watch out for. We have Palantir. We're gonna look at the tech stocks last. But let's finish this. Let's FI right here. Let's take a look at this one. Right. This one also have good earnings. Sell financial service area. So yesterday co-op got bought out and a lot of the financial related service area went up as well. This one didn't go up much yesterday, but today it kind of moved out. So it looks pretty good. Um, Again, strong earnings, strong sales. We have a strong run here. Look at that run there on the weekly chart. So we building this base, right? So it's starting to make higher lows on the weekly, but that looks pretty good. Um, so yeah, and it come out, and today you can see it come out. This is much flatter line. So yeah, I would consider this a nice breakout here. So that's another good stuff. FI, let me check the ranking sheet here. Oh, so this is 118, not too bad. 118. Yeah, this is going to new high as well. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, QFIN, um, Chinese stock, they've been correcting and trying to come up again. But I think, because of the volatility and stuff, like this is holding pretty good. Like look at the 21 day here. Here's the 10 day. So right now it's stuck at the bottom of this right here, and it fell twice now. One, two, right, trying to break out. It fell twice now. So maybe third time will be the lucky charm here. But yeah, I draw a trend line like this, but it's still very steep. Probably I think a better trend line might be something like this. Right? I don't know. We'll have to see. Like, um, but definitely not right now. I think it's still too early. Okay, let me go back to the chart. Stocks on the move here. So we have Reddit and Spot. Okay, so I think I cover most of the stocks that are not tech. Oh, EQH. Okay, let's take a look. EQH here. Finance, investment management. A little bit slower sales. So this is another big reversal bounce there. Looks really good. Relative strength hitting new high. Yeah, it looks really good. So this one broke out right there, and then it fell. So this is the problem, right? Um, Even the best stocks, they try to break out, but they fail, right? Like meaning they pull back, and the pullback are very significant, as you can see here. Uh, Pretty sharp. Like the slope is very sharp. So most people probably got undercut their stop depending on where they bought it at. If you have the 7% stop rule or whatever 5%. Um, and now we're trying to bounce. Today is a strong bounce. Volume is 20% above average. So it looks really good. Another financial stock that is doing well right now. So we have FI and we have EQH. Now let me check the ranking here. Um, 165. Okay. So yeah, I think the news yesterday from Co-op may have helped some of these stocks. I I'm not sure they're completely related, but um, look at this, it's still going today. Well, because RKT was the one who bought this. Uh, and today it bounced. Interesting. So it was down on Monday was the announcement, and Tuesday, Wednesday it bounced back pretty good. So this whole area is doing pretty good, like in a sure, the mortgage area, the consumer loans area, they seem to be doing good right now, which is kind of interesting. Anyhow, it's worth to, I think it's worth looking. RKT is also on my list. It's bouncing today, very strong. Wow. 700% above average volume. That's huge. Not sure why it doesn't show up on IBD screen this stuff. Again, I don't know what the screening criteria. It is number 36 on my list. Oh, this is another good stock in this area. Um, let me put that here. So it is hitting new high today, recent high, and this is rank 36. Okay, hold on one second. I need to answer the door. Sorry, that was room service. We'll come back later. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so today is my last day of vacation, so I'll be back in my home soon. Anyhow, coming back to RKT here. Yeah, rank pretty good. So I think those are. So yeah, let's jump to a few more retail before the text here. We have Netflix. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to find stocks that are holding up or even in uptrend. And then if we do get a fall through tomorrow, I'll probably buy some of this stuff. Yeah. Um. So here's another one. I really like Netflix. It's holding up well actually. Um. This is the low. It hasn't hit like again very sharp drop. Like a lot of good stocks did this. It went up really fast, but it also fall back due to recent turbulence. So this one, again, is trying to bounce back now. Third day from this low here. So again, if you draw from the high here, like looking pretty good, setting up right. So that's Netflix. Um, this one was brought on IBD. It's also on my list. PRMB, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, see, look at the earnings growth here. Pretty strong. I said the last quarter. And look at this bounce so far. Wow. So this one, look at the relative strength. So this sells some kind of drinks, soft drinks and stuff. Oh yeah, prime drinks. I think my kids might have drank some of that. So here's the breakout line here. That kind of yeah. Look at where it is right now. It's already making new highs. This is a pretty good chart. And it's trading really tight. You see, really tight. And even to this last few days, it didn't go up higher, but it's not falling much either. Yeah, I think this is a good chart. PRMB, and we go search for it. Yeah, it's ranked 37. Pretty good ranking. So I'm gonna mark that down. So that's one good one. Netflix. For those who want to know the ranking here, Netflix. This is 98 right now. RL. So RL, Ralph Lauren. Very interesting how this stock has been moving a lot this week. Not sure if there's any news, but it's been moving. So it has gone through a big correction here, and then it found support at the 200 day. So that's a big bounce. Look at the volume. The next day it followed through. Look at today again, followed through. Volume is still 10% above average. Yeah, really good chart. And I probably like you can see, already broke above the 21 day. Technically today can be a buy. Um, Again, very strong stock. I like it. L, very like strong bounce, right? S- Look at it's 220. So it's not a strong ranking, but like I said, the last 3 days it has shown a lot of power and high volume too. Like this is the highest volume since this day and this day here. So yeah, it looks really good. I'm not sure if there's any news. Yeah. So that's that one. Okay, now we're gonna jump back to like the tech stocks here. So let's start from the top. Yep, app. So this is bouncing back slightly, but it's still on the near the 10-day line right now. So we got rejected here, pretty at the 50-day line, and it fell really hard on some news again. I can't remember now. I think it was related to the numbers. But anyhow, so here if we draw the highs here, this looks more like a 45-degree angle. So that will be a safer trend line to buy if it breaks above it. Um, right now you can see it's still, even though it's trying to come back about 10-day, the 21-day is like this slope right now. So yeah, I would wait because it's not that far away from this trend line. But it's starting to look good now. It didn't make a new low. So that's one strength, right? Because Nasdaq did and this one didn't. So relatively speaking, it's slightly better. You can see the low here and the low here. It didn't make a new low on relative strength either. So that's what's happening there. So yeah, so it's still normal trend here. We go to ranking here just to see where it's at. It's still ranked 45 despite the correction because it has gone up so much like recently. Before this downtrend, so it's still ranked 45. Dash, this one's another strong performer. Again, very similar chart. It didn't make a new low, right? It's coming up. Let me clear some of my my stop lines here. So the last time I traded this was good. It went up nicely here, then sold right there. So this one was a good trade. So again, look at the bounce so far. Very strong bounce. Today was good bounce to 30% above average volume. Um, yeah, like I mean, it's still at the 10-day trading at the 10-day. Here's the slope line. If you want to break the entire base trend line, which is yeah probably safer. That's the safer trend line because it's much flatter from that high here. Because you have two recent highs here. But if you try to jump the gun above this red line, that's probably fine too. Right here, if it goes above it. But last time it fell, right? So it could go up and fell again. So that's why this upper trend line is now safer. Dash. So that's Dash. So let's look at the ranking of Dash. 140. Oh, that's not too bad. It's not within the top 100 though. Next is Palantir. Palantir is ranked 16 right now. So that's pretty strong stock. Let's look at the chart. So here it is. Nice run. Came back above all the moving averages and then we have a sharp drop again. Now it's the day of bounce. It's still at the 10-day, below the 10-day. So same thing. I would draw a trend line here across the highs, this high and this high, and now you have a nice trend line. So we can break this trend line. Again, it's very close, right, to the short-term moving average. Something. So it's hard to draw the trend line sometimes. I don't know why. I'll just have to draw a shorter one. Longer one doesn't work. There you go. So that's that one. Uh, Reddit. Reddit, yeah. Okay, it's coming back to 10 day. Here's the 200 day as well. 21 days up here. And the slope is still pretty bad, right? It's getting better though. Getting better. But it's still pretty steep. So the other slope you can draw is from this high right there. It's still very similar. Yeah, I'll draw a lower one here. But yeah, the 21 days coming down. 10 days right here. Yeah. So definitely not as strong as other stocks. But this was a previous leader here. Okay, Spotify is also another of my favorite. Because it is right here. It helped me make a good trade there. Um, let me see. Let me take out this line here. So again, very similar. It didn't make a new low recently. Relative strength. Look at that low versus this low here. It's much higher, and it came up really fast. And right now, it looks like it's coming back to the 10 day right now again. So everything, a lot of stocks coming back to the 10 day right now. Um, so it's good. It's good. It tells me that these stocks want to run if the market was able to run. So when the market rally, I think the stocks will start to run again. Spotify. This one is ranking. Let's see here. 41. Okay, 41. Reddit is probably ranked pretty low. Let's see here. Reddit is ranked 197. Yeah, that one's ranked not much lower. Then a team here. Team. So this one has one lower quarter earnings, so it doesn't really satisfy my criteria. But other than that, yeah. So that's team. Okay, I think that's it for today. I think we, some potential stocks here, some in the retail area, a couple in the finance area, and one TW. TW is in trade web. I always get confused. Yeah, this one is also in financial service area. So that should be down here. Oh yeah, it's down here. So I'm gonna delete that here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. So yeah, the key will be 2 o'clock today, and we'll see what the announcement is. Thank you for watching. Bye now. Please like and subscribe.